Once again coming at you with some sauce talk. It's been a little bit, and there's good reason for that, and, fun things to get into today. Since it has been so long, I have a couple things to go over. I'm going to do 3 reviews. Let me start with the salsa here. This is paste for chili pepper. It's ancho, pasilla, guajillo, and chipotle. You can see it right there. I'm going to make sure you can see it, I promise. Yeah, this is going to be a weird sauce talk because I'm not going to do all the graphics. I'm not going to do all the fun little text on the bottom or fun details that I want to add in there. I just want to motor through this. This salsa was disappointing initially. It was very, a little bitter, strangely enough. I can't explain why, but I normally respect some kind of complexity with peppers, and this blend of 4 peppers, it was intriguing on the surface, and it does have a little heat. Not too much, though, but it has some interesting flavors as a result of all those peppers. It just didn't come together very well. Then, I refrigerated it overnight. I went back to it the next day, and having it cold, which I usually don't enjoy nearly as much as room temperature as salsa is meant to be enjoyed, after having it cold and chilled, I liked it more. Not a top shelf salsa, mind you, but I liked it a bit more. It sort of mellowed it out a little bit. So, yeah. I'm going to just jump into scores. I have everything written down here, notes. I'm not going to do any spaghetti graphics. You know, this rating scale is out of 5 spaghettis. This was initially going to be about 2 spaghettis, but now I make 2.5 spaghettis out of 5. It's perfectly serviceable. It's fine, middle of the pack kind of deal. Nothing too exciting, nothing to get worked up about, and I wouldn't seek it out, but it's not something to run away from. Okay, this next one is really, truly remarkable. It is, it was one of those things that looks great on the surface, and in theory, it makes a lot of sense, but in practice, not so much. Prego, Farmer's Market white bean and roasted garlic. Now, it also has on the front protein, that it's a source of protein because of the beans, which, fine. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be blended up beans, just woven into a nice little, no sugar added tomato sauce with some garlic. Yeah, it's going to be really good. No, it turns out it's a bland pasta sauce with a can of cannellini beans just dumped in there. They're not blended, they're full, the shell is intact. It's really kind of an arduous experience because you're chewing the pasta, you're chewing maybe a few chunks from the sauce, but mostly beans. And it has that canned bean taste even though it comes in a glass jar. I don't know how they achieved that, but it was one of the most disappointing pasta sauces I've had, and I've had some real stinkers on this. There's no way to sugarcoat it. If they would have blended the bean into the sauce and created a nice texture that way, and woven the fiber and protein in that way, that would have been very intriguing, and that's honestly what I thought I was going to get. But it turns out I got something, completely different. And I went on the website. It's discontinued. I found it discounted somewhere, and it's because it's discontinued, and Prego even, I guess, admits that was a mistake. Didn't work out. People didn't want it. The smart people didn't want it. And I'm here to tell you, if you encounter it at some discount store, some wholesale store, you find it on some dusty shelf 10 years from now, just keep walking. 1.5 out of 5 spaghettis. Not good. Not good. Alright, one more to go. Now, before I get into this, I should say that this will be my final sauce talk. I'm getting back to a lot of my creative projects. I have some outside projects. I've got more stuff with LesserOfTwoEquals that I'm working on, and some other endeavors that are really kicking back into gear. Who knows, if I encounter something egregiously bad or especially wonderful, maybe I'll pop on and do an abbreviated version of this. So, that being said, I left this one for last for good reason. It is Classico, organic tomato basil, no sugar added. I found this also at a discount store. I think it's still in production, thankfully. Very good. I'm just going to come right out and say it. This is everything I'd probably want in a pasta sauce, a mass-produced pasta sauce. I'm not going to say it's anything unexpected or otherworldly, but it just does everything it promises, and it's right. I mean, the basil comes through. It's a nice. I don't remember the texture. It's been a few weeks, but I assume it had a nice texture. Otherwise, I'd have a problem with it. I like some chunks. I like some substance in my pasta sauces, and no sugar added. For some reason, with Classico, a lot of their sauces are very acidic, which I don't mind. But if you have, say, I don't know, some indigestion or some gastroesophageal disease, reflux, I should say, that could be a bit of a problem. But I don't mind it normally. This Classico, it's smoother. I don't recall it having an especially acidic quality to it, which is noteworthy and strange, but appreciated for everyone, I think. It's a nice mellow sauce, very basil-y, as I said, and just does everything right. Am I going to say it tastes just like when you go to an Italian restaurant, or say your mama or whatever has a family recipe? I don't really. But when you've had truly fresh and home cooked, wonderfully crafted tomato sauce, that's transcendent. And I'm not going to say this is at that level, but I am going to say for mass-produced, jarred, commercially available pasta sauces, this is very good. So that's why I am giving Classico organic tomato basil, no sugar added, 4 out of 5 spaghettis, and that is as high a note as I think Sauce Talk can end on. Thank you so much. Stay saucy.